Welcome to the Black Crusader, the channel where we take the light of the Astronomica and twist it to the will of the Dark Gods. Today we're talking about the Emperor of Mankind. Have you ever wondered what would happen if you mixed Stephen Hawking, Superman and Jesus together? No? Me neither. Yet apparently someone at GW decided to answer that question for us, and we got the God Emperor of Mankind as a result, I guess. In 40k, the Emperor takes center stage as the universe's probably most important character. His actions have done more to shape the 31st millennium, which is saying a lot considering he is literally a corpse that hasn't moved a finger in the last 10,000 odd years or so. Yet even in his somewhat vegetable state, shall we call it, the Emperor of Mankind has managed to stay at the center of the 40k universe and indirectly guide humanity through its dark times. Which is quite an achievement considering the other contenders are superhuman soldiers, ancient evils, manifestations of humanity's greatest fears, and literal gods. Yet how did one man, if you can really still call him that, play such a vital role in a universe as extensive as Warhammer 40k? By cheating, of course. Now to answer that question, we need to go back to humanity's ancient past towards the Neolithic and Stone Age period. You see, in the 40k universe, there exists the warp. Now, not to go into too much detail, the warp is a dimension that exists alongside our own reality, which is influenced by the emotions of all intelligent species in the Milky Way galaxy. Telepaths and psychers tap into this dimension to perform feats that would otherwise be impossible, such as levitation, predicting the future, reading minds, pyromancy, or magic, to put it really bluntly. Of course, while the worst thing that can happen to you in the Harry Potter universe when you mispronounce a spell is that you get turned into a frog or something silly like that, the smallest miscalculation in a 40k ritual will result in a very violent demon bursting out of your anus and reshaping your body into any form it deems pleasable. Of course, as negative emotions resonate a lot more strongly than positive ones, it takes very little to change the dreamscape of the warp into a literal hell for all species. Of course, due to this, in the Neolithic era, shamans, which were warp-sensitive beings, recognized that humanity most likely won't survive the coming millennia. To this end, they did what any rational doomsday cult would do and committed mass suicide to combine their souls into a single entity. And for the first and definitely only time in history, a suicide cult's ritual actually managed to bear a positive fruit. For exactly 1 year after the ritual, the Emperor was born in Anatolia, which is modern-day Turkey. So yeah, there is a small chance that the Emperor is out there right now making a kebab. At birth, the Emperor possessed superhuman abilities, both physical and psychic, that he would further develop throughout the ages. Knowing something of his preordained destiny, the Emperor of Mankind didn't do what any self-respecting demigod will do, and instead of enslaving humanity, allowed humanity to develop on its own. Fast forward to the 31st millennium, and mankind has managed to surpass all expectations and form an interstellar empire, which it then proceeds to muck up faster than an orc doing a math problem. This is when the Emperor finally decided to get off his ass and properly lead humanity to a brighter future. You know, what he should have been doing to begin with anyway. Mind you, this brighter future mainly consisted of unrelenting military expansion and genocidal purges against both alien species and human colonies that refused to join the new Imperium willingly. To keep it brief, the Emperor realized he would need generals to lead his army and decided to bioengineer 20 sons to lead his forces across the galaxy. Mind you, I do emphasize bioengineer, because there was no way he was gonna get sons the natural way. Too big. Yet before the Emperor could even properly begin the Great Crusade, the Chaos God snatched his sons away and scattered them throughout the galaxy as infants. Meaning the Emperor had to go on tour across the galaxy, subjugating and destroying any world that opposed him while searching for his lost sons. During the Great Crusade, the Emperor preached the Imperial Truth. The Imperial Truth outlawed all forms of religion, eliminated or repurposed all human psychers, and gave humanity the mandate to destroy all other alien cultures in the galaxy. Not exactly the mandate of the Federation, but while most alien species in Star Trek look like this, most alien species in the 40k universe resemble this. Yeah, I can understand those genocidal tendencies now. Anyways, the Great Crusade reached its zenith, the Emperor decided that sending his ships through a virtual hellscape to reach their destination in a questionable timeframe simply wasn't productive, and decided to return to Terra to pirate the hell out of Eldar webway technology. Of course, the Emperor doesn't get any Dead of the Year awards for this, as he literally abandoned all his sons to the front lines without giving any good reason as to why. Of course, as is natural for any demigod that is brushed away by his daddy one too many times, some of the sons decided to rebel against their father, which led to the Horus Heresy. The Horus Heresy was the most destructive conflict in human history, which did much to shape the 40k universe into the grimdark version we all know and love today. In short, the loyalists managed to win the war, but the Emperor was mortally wounded by his favorite son, and the galaxy left in a questionable state ever since. Of course, all the death and destruction unleashed by the war only fed the chaos in the warp, which now threatened to overwhelm the galaxy. To prevent this, the Emperor's dying body was placed on the Golden Throne, where his potent psychic powers managed to contain the warp. For the next 10 millennia, the Emperor would sit on his golden toilet, losing all power to directly influence his empire. Until someone was finally smart enough to invent a text-to-speech device. His subjects would proceed to change the Imperium from a progressive realm of science and technology into a religious state that is constantly plagued with inefficiency, technological stagnation, and unrelenting warfare. At the present, the Emperor remains a beacon for the Imperium, leading its ships through the warp, preventing warp storms from swallowing the galaxy, and generally being a deity to his subjects. He has become a rotting carcass, eternally tormented by his need to protect humanity from the predations of the warp. And only time will tell if he eventually rots away entirely or is reborn to save the galaxy once more. Mind you, when I say save the galaxy, I mean save it for humanity. All the other alien races might consider themselves lucky if the status quo continues. Right guys, that's it for my video. If you have a character you would like me to talk about, please write down in the comment section below. Otherwise, I'll see you again next time. Konnichiwa.